Last week, me and a few members of the team, Ed and Matt, who are just off camera as well, we went over to America for, to be honest, a really, really good week of filming content. And I know that gets used quite a lot. It gets said quite a lot. Oh, yeah, another collab creation week. But genuinely, the mix of characters and the videos we filmed are, I believe, some of the best that have ever been filmed on YouTube. There is a massive money match that gets played. I can't give any spoilers away, but it's on the Bryan Bros YouTube channel. I think next week.
Okay.
It's Wesley Bryan, PGA Tour winner.
Player. Serious player.
I love how he plays golf. And I wouldn't say it to his face because I tried to give him as much banter as I could. I love how he plays golf.
Okay.
It's fearless.
Aggressive.
Just, it's incredible to watch. Like, he wants to always play the creative shot.
I like that.
Like, he's constantly going for greens. If he's got a simple chip, he doesn't play it simply. Like, he wants to pitch it off a bank and spin it back, and he's just such a skilled golfer. But I think he gets bored playing normal golf.
That sounds like someone who can shoot 62 or 82.
Correct. I don't think he shoots many 82s. But yeah, so Wesley Bryan was fantastic. Again, he won at Harbour Town maybe about 4 or 5 years ago now.
I think it was a few years ago.
His brother, George Bryan,
who's been on this very podcast,
who is arguably better.
I can't believe you.
And I didn't believe it. And I think as watching the two of them play golf, George is a lot more calculated, a lot more conscious and precise. He plays the simple golf shot. And I think most of the time, I think George would beat Wes. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. And if you've got two brothers and one of them can say, and it's 2017, he won at the Heritage.
That's quite a while ago, 7 years ago.
I've won a PJ Tour event. What is your response? Even if I'm Wes, you're George. You beat me 10-8. Okay, you beat me 10-8. I've got a PJ Tour event win.
You can't ever win.
You can't win. You can't beat me.
How George isn't more successful than Wesley, I'm not sure. It's just that George doesn't have that compared to Wesley. Like I was saying, Wes just has that kind of fearless attitude. Yeah. And I can imagine he getting 4 or 5 under and just going, okay, I'm going to shoot 59 today. Where George, he'll probably shoot a 66, a 66, a 66, a 66, where Wes will shoot a 61, a 72, a 61.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. If you are, a PJ Tour player who's not one of the household names and you want to win an event on the PJ Tour, think of the names you've got to play better than that week.
And it's a major event.
Yeah.
The Heritage. Like, it's at Harbour Town. It's arguably one of the toughest golf courses. He was known as kind of a trick shot artist growing up. Him and his brother, obviously, we had George on the podcast. Was it last year, maybe?
It was a while ago now.
And they were, and we were playing at their home golf course. So they're in South Carolina, and there was a golf course. What was it called, lads, before? Something Ridge? Indian Rivers. It's a golf course in South Carolina, just outside Columbia, and it was a bit of a derelict golf course.
This is where they played at, was it? Or?
This is where they play, and they're kind of is their home as such now. And it was a bit of a nothing golf course, like where did we film at a few weeks ago? Pennington Flash.
Yes.
I think it had that type of vibe to it.
Not quite that level.
Might not have been Pennington Flash, but it had those type of vibes.
Okay.
A very successful businessman by the name of Greg saw an opportunity to do something with it, as did George and Wes, and they came together and they have pumped in $20 million into this golf course. It's spectacular.
This might be a really silly question. In the world of golf courses, is 20 million still a lot?
I don't know. It's a good question.
It sounds a lot.
I know.
I have no idea how much that would cost.
One particular hole cost $1 million on its own. They had to do that much work on it. Wow. Now, I don't know what it looked like before. I think they followed the journey a little bit on their YouTube channel.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've not actually watched it yet, but I've seen a lot of that.
And it did look horrendous. The golf course before looked, I think it might have even been derelict, right? You look at it now and certain angles, certain parts of the golf course, and I said it on video, it's only an hour from Augusta National. It looks like Augusta National.
That's a bold statement.
I know.
Is it a good golf course then overall?
It's a really good golf course. It's hard. It's tight. The greens are electrically fast, if that's even a way of describing a green.
Yeah.
It's like putting on this on our table here at this podcast studio, but with about 15 different breaks and everything else. They're unbelievable, and you would love a few touches.
Come on,
okay?
hit me.
A few little touches. Every inside of the hole is painted white.
Perfect.
Okay. Very simple yellow flags. Just simple.
Mm-hmm.
The tee markers, there's a water tower on the 6th hole.
Oh,
which
they've
is
not got water tower tees, have they?
Yeah, little water tower tees. You get to first tee, you can grab some tee pegs, pitchfork.
Ball washers?
I don't know if I saw any. That doesn't mean there isn't any. I'm not a person who likes
Washes
to
your
wash
balls.
my balls.
No.
I like to normally spit on them. And rub them on a towel. Does not everyone do that? So I don't recall seeing ball washers.
Okay, I can live if there's not, but...
However, get this, okay? Everything's really locally placed. You drive into the car park. How quick? We might have got VIP treatment. I get that. But by the time we'd park the car and put it in handbrake mode, there was a golf cart parked up behind our car. Ready
for your
lads?
sticks.
It was so quick. So we put our clubs on, and everything's really easy to get to. The driving range is right next to the car park. The clubhouse is there.
What's class like?
It's nice. It will get better.
Okay.
Food was brilliant. Ben, however, had a little ketchup incident where the waitress slipped and squirted ketchup all over him. All over his white shorts.
Is this something from a comedy sketch?
It was horrendous. Matt had just nipped to the restrooms, and it was his food. So I was sat on the end of the table. Matt was sat next to me. Ben was sat next to him. The waitress came along and said, "Oh, was it a chili
cheese dog?
Grilled cheese sandwich, right?"
Of course it was.
And the food was amazing. Honestly, really, really good. I'll come on to my food in a minute. And the waitress said, "Grilled cheese sandwich." I was, "Yeah, it's Matt's." So I pointed to the seat in between me and Ben. Okay. So the waitress then leant over Ben to put it down onto Matt's place. But on the plate, I love, was a pre-poured,
pre-squeezed,
decent sized amount of ketchup in a little tub. Okay. And as she starts to lean over, the ketchup, it was almost like it happened in slow motion, just slipped off the plate.
Of course.
And it hit the table, the white tablecloth. It splattered the tablecloth like someone had just been murdered viciously. And the backlash of that ketchup spill also splattered onto Ben's, our cameraman who was with Ed and Matt as well, onto his white/beige shorts.
Did Ben get aggressive?
No, he's Australian. I was a bit fuming. So
was she embarrassed?
She was very embarrassed. And we said, can we get some compensation? This, that, and the other. I wanted them to get new shorts. They didn't sell shorts in the pro shop, which I found weird. Because he had to film that afternoon, right? So
ketchup shorts.
Massive ketchup, like on his, it couldn't wash out. And they said, we'll knock 50% off. Oh, it's really nice. What I found out later, they knocked 50% off his meal.
Oh, no.
Not the whole tab, off his meal, off his £7.
And what did the Bryan bros say about this? Did they know?
This is the first time they're hearing about it.
Right, okay. Well, so far, you've got this.
Sorry, but
you've got this week that you've said isn't a great week. We've got the Bryan bros, who are, you're right, amazing golfers, great content creators. You've got this amazing golf course.
Oh, let me finish. You walk onto the driving range. Okay. And they had these cylinder-shaped shank bags with golf balls in them. Pro V1s. Brand new, every single one of them. And you're hitting off the most incredible turf. Pro V1s, every golf ball in the driving range.
That is elite.
It was, honestly, I think that's the worst that golf course is ever going to be. And already it's an 8 out of 10.
Wow. So are they going to do loads of content there, I take it?
They've basically said it's anybody who makes YouTube content, it's their home.
Wow.
So if we need a golf course in America and to film at, it's your home. They had it that good. So, because quite a lot of times we played in the 6 ball. I'll come on to the full 6 people in a minute, and most people will know because they've seen pictures. But every golfer that got teed off after us got told if they get close to us, just to skip that hole and go on to the next.
That's fair.
So, because we were obviously going to be slow. So it was me, Wes, George.
Yeah.
Grant Horvat,
Yes.
the man himself. Obviously, we've had Grant on the podcast before. Doing really well with his channel. Silky swing, really nice guy to spend time with. And Peter Finch. I feel like I spent a lot of time with Peter Finch recently, and that was really nice to spend a bit of time with him in the USA rather than being freezing cold here in Scotland or UK when we last filmed with him. And then the man, the myth, the legend, Fat Perez from Bob Does Sports.
What a lineup.
So it was a real mixture of characters, a real mix in golfing abilities. A couple of videos have already dropped from that week already. We filmed some absolute bangers, including our first ever Rick Shiels major tournament took place.
I've heard exciting things about this.
It's really exciting. And I think everybody listening and watching, I'm going to give you a little sneak preview of something. The first match against Grant, I didn't play brilliant. After that, I think you'll be really proud of your boy.
I've heard on the grapevine.
I think you'll be really, really proud of your boy. In that lineup, I think I am possibly the least favourable person to do well that week. Let me just say.
Matt said you got 3 pars in a row.
I
on
did.
The back nine.
I did. I got 3 pars. I got a scramble 3 par.
And he said that you chipped from the side of the green and you hit the green. So
Well, there was one funny moment. I won't spoil it. There was a time where I had to chip and hit the green.
Yeah.
And something spectacular took place.
Oh, okay.
So it honestly, really, really good. I think the whole lineup's gonna be amazing. There was no hole-in-ones, but there was bloody near hole-in-ones. Honestly, the amount of amazing shots that were hit. I think the vibes are immaculate. The golf was fantastic. Some good, some bad, some ugly. But it's going to make for really, really entertaining content for the next couple of months.